And I invite you to tune in to each pile and just see if there's one pile that you're drawn to specifically, or you may find that you're drawn to all three piles. Go with what feels right for you. And to help you choose as well, I'm going to pull a charm for each pile. So here we go. Let's have a little look. I love charms. They're so much fun. Oops, okay. I'm just going to randomly pull one. So the first charm that's come out here, how beautiful is that? Is a leaf. So I'm going to put leaf on pile 1. Let's have a look what we've got for pile 2. Oh, we've got a pumpkin. So we've got a pumpkin for pile 2. And let's have a look for pile 3. What have we got for pile 3? Oh, you have a bird, a cardinal. I'm not sure what bird that is, but that is definitely a bird. So there we go. So just allow yourself to tune in intuitively, remembering that, this reading is for you. I'm going to give you my interpretation of what I'm picking up for the cards collectively, bring some messages through, but ultimately it's what you feel from the imagery on these cards and what resonates with you. So I'm going to start with pile 1 with the beautiful leaf here. Now, the first thing that comes to me when I see this leaf for pile 1 is turning over a new leaf. That little saying, turning over a new leaf. And I feel, because here, if you look, there's a little bit here in this leaf that is kind of not necessarily broken, but I think it's just where they've put a little hole in there. But there's a little piece here that needs repairing. And I find nature and plants, I love my house plants. I find plants and nature are great teachers for us. And when they do have a little bit of damage on a leaf, they're amazing at repairing. But also sometimes we have to just get rid of that leaf, don't we? Because that kind of bad leaf can affect the rest of the plant, and the plant is then pouring a lot of energy into repairing this bad leaf, and it takes energy away from the rest of the plant. And that always reminds me of people. So when we have people in our lives who, or in your life, obviously this reading is for you, when you have somebody in your life who you're having to pour a lot of energy into, but actually they're not feeding any energy back to you. Now, everything in life is about give and take. Of course, sometimes we need to give more than we're receiving, and then it comes back to us in other ways. I get that. But with people that you've got close around you, and I really have I can resonate with this at the moment particularly. If you keep pouring in and you're not receiving much back, it drains your resources, it drains you. So sometimes there's a few bad apples, we may call it as well. If you've got a bad apple in a bag of apples, that bad apple can affect the other apples and make the other apples go bad. So sometimes you've just got to cut yourself off from certain things, certain people. This could as well be activities that you're doing. It could be foods that you're eating, people you're associating with, thoughts that you're having as well. Sometimes our thoughts can taint us and take a lot of energy. So I feel like there's this energy of a new leaf, turning over a new energy and cutting away. Cut away the dead wood, the dead leaves, whatever it is that you need to do to replenish you. And again, plants are great teachers, and sometimes a plant is suffering and all you need to do is repot it. Give it a nice big pot, lots of nice fresh soil, and it will thrive and grow again, and we're no different. So sometimes we just need to replant ourselves somewhere and to replenish our soil. So that's what I'm getting for the leaf there. That's why I love charms, because you can just tune in intuitively and just see what comes up for you. So the actual, oh wow, this is why I love pairing them as well. So we've got release. Beautiful. This card, now this deck, when I've created this deck, which has taken over 15 years, with each card, it's actually been part of my journey. And with this particular card, you can imagine I had a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of old stuff coming up, ancestral things from this life that needed to come through and release. And this is about you speaking your truth as well. Because if you see here, this person, the eyes are wide, can see everything, but the mouth has been closed shut. The mouth is struggling to open. But there's no mistake that this has come with this. Is it what I've picked up here with the leaf as well? Release. What is it you need to release? What is it you need to let go of? And when you look at this imagery on the card as well, what does it stir up for you? What is this stirring up for you? What do you see? What do you feel? This is a really, really powerful card. This card has actually got a sister card that goes with it. It's also number 3, and it's called Freedom. I'll find it after and show you the one that goes with this as well. Because once we release what we need to release and you let go, that's when the freedom comes. And it comes in layers, doesn't it? A bit like plants as well, you know, with leaves, with plants, they slowly shed some leaves and new leaves grow. And we're no different. We shed some things and that allows new energy to come through us. So this is actually, so this deck is separated into 3 different portals. And this is the portal of expression. So sacred expression. This is about how you express yourself in life, how you allow yourself to express yourself as well. And this very much taps into your body and what you're holding on to. What is it that you need to let go of? Sometimes as well with this card, it's what is it that you need to say. So I feel for some of you here, there's something deep that needs to come up that you need to share. And this also can tie in with something or someone that you need to remove yourself from or cut yourself away from even as well, if they're having a negative effect on your life or your energy. Wow, what a deep one to start, eh? I'm just going to have a sip of my drink and tune in to pile number 2. So I invite you to tune in to pile number 2 with me as well and trust your own intuition. And we have here a pumpkin. Now, I absolutely love autumn time here in the UK. It's one of my favourite times of the year. And pumpkins as well, this is really making me think of Samhain, the season of Samhain. And how, again, this is about releasing. The season of autumn is releasing, it's letting go. It's the time when the leaves start to shed and things start to die back, ready to kind of give back to the earth and energize again and arrive again in springtime. So, but it's also a beautiful, comforting time of year as well. It's a time of being cozy, of going within, maybe journaling, taking stock of the year. And it's just a powerful, powerful time. So that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up this pumpkin is around the season for you. Around the season of autumn, which here in the UK is begins in September time. So Yeah, that's the time of year. Timing. Wow. There is some deep, deep energies going on here today. Woo, and I'm feeling it. So again, I invite you to tune in to what you're receiving from this card as well. These are two of the deepest cards in this deck, and again, they were created at a time, different times. This one was created about 15 years ago. This one was created, how many years is it now? 3 years ago. And I know when this one was created because I lost a dear friend of mine. And we were friends for 44 years. And yeah, I won't talk too much about that because I don't want to trigger anybody, but it was very, very sad. And she really was stuck in hell. And we've all been to hell. I've been to hell. I'm sure you've been to hell or feel you've been to hell at times. And we dip in and out. But for some people, they get stuck there. They can't leave. They don't see a way to leave. And this card here, hell. So hell is one of the Norse. I call her a goddess, but some say she's not a goddess. But she's the Norse goddess of hell, of that realm. And she reigns over hell. And the thing is, she'll let you in. She'll easily let you in. And you're not forced to stay there either. It's your choice at any point if you want to leave. So in the traditional tarot, for those of you here that read tarot, this is one of my major arcana cards, and this is one of the sacred gateway cards as well. And this is the devil. So this card is the devil card. So I feel, again, it's interesting how this ties in. The first thing I picked up was Samhain, the season of Halloween, you may know it as well. The season of the Day of the Dead and all those kind of energies. It's interesting how this card has come out there, isn't it? No mistake there. So I feel that that's going to be a very clearing time for some of you. Obviously, this is collective. And maybe for some of you, you've lost somebody very dear to you in kind of difficult. It's always difficult when we lose somebody, but there's certain situations when you lose someone when it's more difficult, I feel, because it's hard when you don't get closure or you don't know the full picture. As human beings, we do like to know things, don't we? The pain is in the not knowing a lot of the time as well. So that may tie in for some of you as well. So, but remember, when you do go to hell, as I say, we've all been there. Some of us more than most, some of you more than most. Some people seem to go through life without really having to dip into hell much, and I think that's great, but not everybody gets away with that. But know that even though you visit there, you may have negative thoughts, or you may have addictions or habits. People are, you might be addicted to negative, toxic people or relationships and things like that. But know that there is hope. You can get out of that. You can. And with the devil, with hell, it's like you've always got the devil on one shoulder and the little angel on the other shoulder. And it's kind of whatever we feed the most is how our life evolves, isn't it? Like the story of the two wolves. I can't remember that story particularly now, but I know the essence of the story is what wolf will survive, and it's the wolf that you feed. So each day it's making, and each moment as well, it's making those decisions based on where do we want our life to go? So I was talking about this on here last week as well. So, for instance, you've chose today to come and have a reading, to have a card, but you could have chose to go and listen to the news, or I don't know what other things you could have chosen to do that may not have kind of helped to nourish you in the same way, may not have helped to raise your vibration in the same way. Although these cards don't feel like they're really raising the vibration, they are, because when we release these things, that's when we can move on. When we release this old energy, this stagnant energy, we let go of habits, people, places, thoughts, things. That's when we can start to move more towards the life that we want to lead. And I do really speak here from my own experiences with my own life, but also with the hundreds, thousands of people that I've worked with over the years as well. So, yeah, whoa, I think I need to just take a moment, take a breath after these two, because they're very deep. And also you've got the numerology here. If you're interested in your numerology, you've got 3 and you've got 15. So let's have a sip of my drink. Take a breath. You may need to take a breath as well. And let's move on. And let's see if we've got some lighter energy under this card. I always love turning cards, especially my own deck I've created. It's so exciting because obviously I've got such a deep connection with these cards. And I'm always intrigued and excited to see what other people pick up or feel from these as well. So, you know, please do share with me in the comments. So here we go, pile number 3, and here we've got the cardinal, we've got the bird. So this could, like, the first thing that's coming to me is air signs. So you've got the signs of Gemini, Aquarius, and what's it, the other air sign? Oh, my brain has gone somewhere. Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. So they're our 3 air signs, and air being thoughts, being the mind, but also what I'm getting here is birds connecting a lot with spirit as well. And birds are great messengers. Birds can bring you messages from spirit, from your loved ones. And also, I'll often ask if there's something that I really need to know the answer to. I will ask my bird friends to give me confirmation. So as an example, there was a big question I had. This was, I think, about a year ago now. And I said to the bird friends out there, I really do need some help and support. Can you show me? Because I always like to ask a big question, something that is unmistakable if it happens. Because obviously every day you might have a bird pop along or see a butterfly and things like that, but you want something quite specific that you're not going to miss as a sign. So I asked for a flock of birds in an unusual place. So there I was, driving to my town centre, and right outside the train station, this was within 2 days of asking for confirmation, there was this flock of crows on the corner of this concrete where I've never even seen one crow. There's always, pigeons and things like that there. There was a whole flock of crows, and they were all over this statue that's there and everything. So I really took that as a sign. So I always say to my clients, ask for a sign and ask for a clear sign as well, because the universe works with us. We're always working with the universe as well. So that's what's coming to me for that. We've got air signs and we've got messages from spirit, and also signs from spirit if you've got questions as well. Oh, how beautiful. So we have got a lighter energy here for sure. And the three jewels. These cards are the sacred expression again, and this is very much so with the Taoist philosophies. You've got your three treasures. Those of you that practice Qigong, Tai Chi, or any Chinese medicine or anything like that. So you've got the three dantians here. You've got what's called the three treasures, and I've renamed these as the three jewels. And here we've got the jewel of the rose, we've got the jewel of the lily, and we've got the jewel of the lotus. And this is about aligning your energy, aligning your mind, body, spirit, mind, body, soul, and allowing yourself to trust all of the ways that messages come to you. So it's interesting how we got this message with the bird as well, because there's no point just listening to our intuition or our visions or our third eye and things like that, spirit, if we're not also listening to our heart, and if we're not also trusting our what's under our feet, what's really there, what's right in front of us. You have to be able to have a foot in each world. So the card for that in tarot, not for this one, but the card that's coming to me, is also temperance, having one foot in each world. Because how many times do you meet people that are so grounded on the earth, they're so logical, they're so set in on the earth that they're not tuned into their higher energies. Some people may call this your higher chakras as well. And then also sometimes there's people that are so up here that they haven't got their feet on the earth at all. And this talks to us about aligning all of those energies, and also about energy work as well. So this would be you practicing embodiment practices such as Qigong, yoga, yin yoga, swimming, walking, hiking, dancing. And I love to dance, it's so powerful. It's movement, and it's allowing yourself to tune into all aspects of yourself as well. And also look at the colours. You've got these beautiful colours, this beautiful baby blue. You've got all of these pinks and yellows and silvers and gold and all these beautiful high vibration colours here as well. And again, we've got lots of blue here today. So I would say this is about speaking your truth as well. Speak up. What is it you need to say? What is it you need to release, maybe vocally? Sometimes we do need to say what it is that we need to say to people, or even if it's writing it down in your journal and maybe expressing it in other ways through dance, movement, releasing the energy through Qigong, yoga and practices like that as well. So I also like to read all the cards together as a story. Because yes, you've all picked maybe a pile or a card, or maybe you've just been drawn to all of them. These might all be speaking to you today. But the three of these together, I would say this is about knowing that you can tap into stagnant energy, stagnant chi that's stuck in your body, that you can release it through energy work. But also sometimes we need to put in practical measures as well, because you can do all the Qigong in the world or whatever other practices you do, but if you still keep going back to the same things that you do that are bringing your energy down, whether that's our thoughts or behaviours or addictions or people, if we're still going over those old patterns, if we're still allowing ourselves to be drawn over to this, the side that we know is not nourishing us and not allowing us to move closer towards where you want to be, then you're just going to constantly be in this cycle. So I feel like this is talking to us today about really breaking those cycles. And some of these cycles, you're probably already working on them, but some of these cycles will be very much ancestral. Things that you're letting go for your whole family, for generations, for past lives, future lives, and so on. So allowing these other energies to come in to help you as well. That could be very much otherworldly energies. It could be inviting your ancestors along to come and work with you as well, to help you to release this stuff. And very much shamanic practices as well. Is that actually a word, shamanic? Probably not. But very much shamanic practices as well, to allow you to really release some of this heavier stuff, to shift it. And speak your truth. Work with your throat chakra for sure with these cards here. And don't forget that you don't have to do this all on your own. You know, yes, we're on our own journey. Yes, we have to trust our own inner wisdom, but we're also all in this together. So get the support that you need as well. And sometimes with the support, speaking up and saying what it is a big, huge part of the journey. Because it's the silence, holding on to the shame, holding on to the guilt, that is the biggest killer, I feel, for us, for so many people. You know, it's holding it in. So time to let it go. Wow. Oh, I can really feel this in my gut. So for a lot of you, this will be really where you feel everything as well, very much in your gut. As I say, this area as well, I can see it here. So let's just take a breath together to close this collective reading. There's lots that's come through today. Real deep. Not that I was expecting anything in particular, but I didn't know all this was going to come through today. But we're in some, real heavy times. We've just had a really powerful full moon as well. So, yeah, time to release and let go. Right, thank you very much. Let's put these back. Thank you. Let's have a little look